I bet.
It's amazing what can happen to the mind.
My my other grandma, mom's mom, she used to work at a psychiatric hospital too,
Did you?
and that's why I always thought it was weird that you both did.
Mm-hmm.
And she would tell me stories. Like she said one time, she went into the bathroom, and she said it was covered in poop, from like the ceiling to the floor. Like she was just like she didn't know how it physically happened. Like someone went in there, they flung the poop on the ceiling, all over the walls. Like it was just like a poop bomb went off. It's because they're just crazy and
Yeah,
they love to play with their poop.
that's true.
And I was just like, wow.
Yeah, they would smear it. Uh, we had patients like that. I would,
The
was
poopers.
like, one of the doctors said he had a woman that did that a lot, and he said when he could get her to comment on something that she did, she she was painting. She was making it beautiful. Whatever she was doing, there was a message there,
Mm-hmm.
and
A message in the poop.
because he said, watch one time that she was in her room, she had spreads all over her wall, and the head nurse told him to go look and see the mess she had left. And he said she was in there, and the her look on her face and the use of her hands, it was almost as if she was an artist at work. Just, just smearing and, just, um, but nobody thought that at our hospital that was a very good thing. They had to bring a hose up and squirt it off of the wall, and then they had to get soap, and oh, it was a mess. But the hardest thing was we had people who would always trying to kill themselves. And it always amazed me. The people who would slice their wrists, they'd find a piece of glass or something, you could always find something, and they'd slice. And when they were bleeding, they'd look at it and smile rather than, was like something about the blood, the red. They liked the look of it, and they'd
Yeah.
touch it or just they had just completely out of it.
Sounds like it.
But we had a lot of people who tried to kill themselves. We'd put them in cold, wet sheet packs. I used to feel bad about putting them out. You'd have four sheets that they'd stretch out on the bed straight. And the fifth sheet, they fold it in half and put it in the middle of the bed. And when you put the patient in, they had nothing on but a hospital gown. And you laid them on that half sheet and brought the ends of it over their arms, and then you turn them over and then go poke fold it behind so it came here and over. And you did the other one that way, and then you had four other cold wet sheets like out of ice water, and you'd wrap them from this side and turn the legs around, and then the other side this way, and you do five sheets that way. And then you'd put a strap on the bed around their middle and their legs so that they couldn't fall off the bed, and somebody had to sit there. And you kept them in those cold wet sheet packs for 3 hours, and it was supposed to calm them down. And it did work. I don't know if it froze them to the point where they couldn't fight no more or what. And then you give them a hot bath and put clean gowns on them and put them in their rooms. But then somebody had to sit with them until make sure they weren't going to do something else.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody'd look at you, or you'd think they were having a better day today, and they're smiling. And then one day you look out there and they've found a knife or a piece of glass from somewhere, and they've slit their wrists. So you have to run an emergency. I didn't have one that died, but I used to think we would one day. But we had that team there all the time too. be sure. But sometimes when you cut too far, you can't stop it.
It's getting dark. I'm sleepy. I don't know why I've been so sleepy lately.
Mm. Are you depressed?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
When I get down, I get sleepy.
Yeah, I try to exercise if I ever feel depressed, but well, I've been exercising a lot, just not today.
So you take pretty good care of yourself?
I try to.
Well, you know, your granddaddy's, when he got sick, he would tell everybody, take care of your body, because that's the house you live in. If you got your health, you got everything.
Yeah, that's why since I have been feeling a little better, since I found out about the gluten, that's why I try to like go climb this mountain or that mountain, because in a few years I might not be able to. And then I'll think, why didn't I?
Yeah.
So I'd rather get it out of the way now, and then something happens down the line, I'll be like, well, I got to do all that stuff.
That's good.
I enjoyed it while I hadn't.
That's good. I always thought I was going to go back home and walk down along the river, go to the old house. And I never got to go now. I'm too old to go. I couldn't walk down through there. But there's something very soothing about water.
Yeah.
It's good therapy.
You don't ever talk to Susan at all, do you? No. I mean, me neither, so.
Susan, she, when she left the house, she went with Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
But Elizabeth was almost like her second mother. She always looked after her. Susan took care of her. But I guess she takes pretty good care of herself. She's got that little girl to try to raise.
And then Elizabeth's still calling you, trying to get some food or something off you, huh?
Yeah, she either wants food or she wants to come or she wants to cry on my shoulder. She's living with two guys up there the last time I talked to her. And one was giving her a hard time about something and the other one was hollering. Well, you know, I can't do nothing about anything like that. And
Yeah.
we're living with one.
What does she think you're gonna do?
I don't know. And I tried to have her, let her live here one time. She needed a place to stay. But oh gosh. I thought if she don't leave, I'm gonna have to shoot me because I couldn't handle it no more.
Yeah.
She'd go around with the kids with their hands like this, and then she'd get up under the hands, you know, and she'd have them about that far off the floor carrying them, and they'd be screaming. AJ used to yell, holler, crying, Nana, help me, help me, help me. And I couldn't help him. I couldn't do nothing because, you know, she's the mother. And she was when she's mad, you know, it would be like going up against the bulls. You couldn't survive.
Need Muhammad Ali to help you out.
Mm-hmm. So I finally had to tell her, you know, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. If you're hungry, I'll give you something to eat. But you can't live here because I can't handle that. I don't like seeing children abused. And I told her she should have somebody to tie her up by her hands and tie her up about 2 feet off the floor and let her hang there. See how it feels, you know. That's where she do those kids, drag them around, you know, just off of the floor where their feet don't, you know, and slap them down and stuff like that. It's just, well, too, and you know, she's living with one guy, and Alberto came back in the picture, so she had 2 of them up there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, 3's a crowd. I don't care which 3 you pick, you know. And goodness there's little babies involved, and thank goodness at least two of them are, I guess, Olivia and AJ's in school, but they have to come home to that mess. And when they
But
come,
that's all they learn, so now they're gonna probably beat up people in school.
yeah, and when they come home, I guess eight, those two men take care of her and AJ and the little one. Um, so they have to put up with the nonsense. And you know, Olivia is I think she's at risk to get raped by either one of them. And certainly beat to half to death, because if the mother beats them, your live-in's not going to do anything different than what she does. You know,
No.
it's an accepted behavior, so they'll do it. But nobody wants to listen.
They never do.
So when she calls, God forgive me, but I don't answer the phone. Her name comes up, and I can't have her here again because that didn't work out. And I don't want to listen to her problems because she's not doing anything different. If she was free, she's free of Alberta. Why she's letting him live there, I don't know.
That's a good question.
And this other guy, he's just a sack of crap too.
Well, they're related, right?
Mm-hmm.
The crap doesn't fall too far from the crap tree.
Yeah. But you know, the one person that could help her to maybe mend a few fences for herself is her mother. But she's not going to. Barbara will only go up there if Elizabeth has some money and she can get a hold of that, or if she's got something she could get in her car and take it and make a quick sale and get a few bucks out of it. But that's all Barbara would go for. But she could care less what happens to her grandchildren.
Mm.